for the county that we live in, the country that we live in. God, we pray for our leadership in both places, that you would direct them and give them clear thought and process. Lord, we pray for our county as you keep us safe, and we appreciate it. And Lord, just bless the work that we do. It's in your Son's name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mark the field document, Magistrate Bobby Cummins is absent today. We have sealed bids. We only have one bid. The bid is from Jeff Knight for the 2004, is that a GMC or Chevy? Chevy, $800, and for the 2008 2500 HD, $1,125. Jason, what do you all think about those? You all know those trucks.
I mean, there's more that way than it is scrap, so.
Those were the two that we surplus that, you know, I'm not gonna be a used car salesman. Pictures. And $1,125 on the second. And what was the second one? I'll make a motion to accept the sealed bid as presented. Second by Quinn. Any other discussion? Jason, they feel that's more than what scrap would give us. All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion passed. We have any visitor comments? Yes, ma'am.
Merry Christmas, you guys. Lita Jones from Worthington Subdivision. Just want to thank you guys in the road department for paving our roads out there. They look great. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. That is Bobby's district. He's not
Yes.
here today, but I will definitely let him know, and we
Thank you so
appreciate that. And I think there's gonna be some more going on Commerce Landing come spring with some culverts being replaced, and hopefully that will get paid next year. Thank you so much. All right, you should have a copy. We actually have two. We can do them in the same motion if there is no disagreement. From the regular November 12th meeting and the November 26th special call meeting. So I'm gonna make a motion to accept the minutes as presented. Motion by Quinn, we have a second. Second by Jeff. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion passed. Jason, if you give me 1 minute, since we do have visitors, I'm gonna go ahead, on the appoint the Lyon County Tourism Board Member number 9. This is a joint appointment by myself and Mayor Greg Green, and I will make the motion to appoint Hannah Melton as a Chamber of Commerce representative to the Lake Barkley Tourism Board. Second by Jeff. Any other discussion or questions? All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion passed. We'll give you 1 minute on the swear her in.
Is it in that Gmail?
It's in the, she didn't put it on there. I'll get that for you.
Okay, that's perfect. Got it, sure.
I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this Commonwealth, and be faithful and true to the Commonwealth of Kentucky so long as I continue a citizen thereof, and that I will faithfully execute to the best of my ability the office aforesaid according to law. And I do further solemnly swear that since the adoption of this present Constitution, I, being a citizen of the state, have not fought a duel with deadly weapons within the state nor out of it, nor have I sent or accepted a challenge to fight a duel with deadly weapons, nor have I acted as a second in carrying a challenge, nor aided or assisted any person thus offending, so help me God. You are officially a member of the Lake Barkley Tourism Commission. If you want to copy that one, take it to the office, make a copy and just send me the original. So, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. All right, Jason, I'll let you go ahead and give your road department update, and then we also have the others on, if you saw the agenda. We put the paint and the updated vehicle purchase and the snow plow under you as well.
Yes, since you said, well, dismiss, I got all the paving done, everything was good this fall. Sarah, I thought all of them looked good. We went back the other day, pulled the shoulders back up on Sarah, while gravel was there. The culverts for Commerce, Pleasant Valley, ones for Glen Chapel, they delivered some first of the week, delivered some more of those today. So as soon as New Year gets here, and we get everything marked for Bud, we'll start replacing those. We're still moving on in the first district, and then we're running 115 with the blower and everything, cleaning the leaves out of the ditches. Still checking the culverts, been going around mailboxes, fixing the focus on them with rock. Matt took the cardboard trailer this morning in Marshall County, so both those are empty for the holiday here. So. That's that.
So you all should see, a copy of an estimate from Putnam Collision for Mark Bias's vehicle. There's also a picture attached. I don't think it's in color for you all, but you can see the rust. The signs on the vehicle, those magnetic signs are rusting out the vehicles along with, down at the edge, probably from the salt over the years. How many miles are on that truck?
About 139.
And so, I mean, it's still a good vehicle,
Yeah.
and,
It's worth saving.
yeah, I mean,
That
it's,
truck and my truck, they have about the same mileage on them.
you know, $5,000 to fix that, and I'd like to see it fixed. I just wanted to bring that to your all's attention, because that's cheaper than another $70,000. But I'm asking them to try to remember to remove those signs at the end of the day, or, you know, something to keep it from,
I'm thinking that
That side has been worked on.
it's
Okay.
previously been painted, so that paint job just wasn't up to the par as factory. But the other side's not doing that at all.
I cannot believe Chevrolet is rusting like that.
Yeah, I know, it's different shit, you must know that.
You don't see that.
What's the life expectancy on one of those engines like that? What's it got? How many miles? Oh, you would. 250, 300,000?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't hear nothing bad about them, which since they've gone to put this DEF on them, they're not as good, but.
You have to change heaters out, stuff like that.
Which we can give them deleted, you know, one of the fine lines there, but, cause I just put a new heater in mine through
but I wanted to make y'all aware, I'm gonna approve that purchase, to have that painted and fixed. And then you should have, a copy of an updated quote on the vehicle purchase. If you remember, that's under the set price contract. They asked for 3 quotes. We have 4, this will make 5. This was the one that was at Bachman Chevrolet. It's a 2024 Chevy Silverado 3500. He gave us another 3,000, or they discounted it another 3,000 to bring the price down to 75,939.20. That is on the lot. There it is, white, in color. I know the other one was 7,100 or 71,000.
Yeah,
But
that's
it was
what
a
you buy,
12 to
wasn't it?
16, yeah, it was a 12 to 16 week lead time on it.
So you need a motion
The money is in their, reserve for transfer to purchase this vehicle. So you have that, but then I want y'all, just so you know, you have two estimates for the plow. So the equipment, the truck comes with the wiring harness and everything for the plow, then you gotta buy the plow separate. And so you have one from MCO, which is out of Madisonville, and one from Duke's. MCO is obviously cheaper, it's $66.71 and 72 cents. And then Duke's is $7,828, and they already get all the parts and everything from MCO, they're right here at Madisonville.
Yeah.
I mean, I can remember during the snow in 22, we had a couple breaks and they drove the parts down to us.
That's one thing about them, they're good about bringing us parts if we're down. And two, we're supposed to send that quote on the strobe light from the truck, this one, and we did, but it's a couple $100 for it, and I tell you, just hardwired, so shouldn't be more than $500 on that, I wouldn't think. But it is all, it was having to send that light with a magnet on top and put the circuit lighter.
So you're looking at about 82,000 total for everything, but we will need a motion on the truck, and the other is just an expense that come out of there.
I'll make a motion on the truck and blade, Inco.
So we have a motion by Jeff for the purchase of the truck and the blade from MCO. We have a second. Second by Quinn. Do you have a question as well?
I do have a question, even though I seconded it. I'm assuming we did this truck before winter time, right? Is that the reason why we're moving forward and not having a down wait time for the other truck?
Right.
So the one that they currently use, the other dump bed, is only a two-wheel drive, not a four-wheel drive.
Then this, need to go through.
And that's what we're taking to the park.
And that would be the one to go to the park.
That's my only question.
That's all up to you. Any other concerns? All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion passed. Next, you have the, Lyon County Extension Board. I make a motion to appoint Chris Stewart and Tom Jones to the Lyon County Extension Board. I will get you their term, Lori, okay. Do you have a
The other
second?
two already.
So they send four, and then I've talked with them, and I've also talked to the district board, the extension board, and Chris Stewart and Tom Jones are their recommendations.
Second.
I have a motion by myself and a second by Quinn. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion passed. So there was two for the tourism board, but the mayor and I actually have a meeting on Monday, on the 2nd,
What's their shifts look like? Those, do you know what their shifts look like with the rate?
I can tell you, we never worked a 24-hour period. We went at 2 AM and the next unit came out at 6 AM. There was a 4-hour gap when I was there. That's how we worked ours. So I'm not exactly sure what their shifts are now. We used to work 410s. I don't know if they're 410s, 5/8s, or what exactly they're working.
They cover 24/7.
Not necessarily. They're not 24/7. They probably go in and they can get called back out.
Maybe that's something Mayor Green needs to come talk to us about in court one day, is discuss what his plans are to hire or whatever.
It would help us, I think, set the maximum allowances if we knew.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
Yep.
We gotta do it today regardless, but.
Yeah, and if you, when you look at like 2025s, we put it back to I guess the minimum or what we set it at last time. And some of it could be court, we're gonna have a little bit from, we're gonna have about 2,700 from W. Oliver for retirement. Because Michelle was this is for 2024. Michelle was a retired employee. And then we're gonna have about 1,200 for self-insurance. So that's almost 3,900. Then they went over almost 4,000, so that kind of makes up for the overtime, and then Shannon. Haven't paid the retirement for him, that's about 8,000, and then you can see the raise last year was 8,000. And then, of course, you gotta pay the FICA and Medicare on there as well, any of the overtime.
If we approve the amended maximum allowance.
We have a motion by Mr. Sutton, do we have a second?
So,
So we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion passed. Then you should see one for the clerk's office as well. This is basically, hers is just the raise. The variance is just under $1,100.
Move to approve.
Hers is going to about 216 to 218. A motion by Mr. Sutton,
second.
second by Mr. Fowler. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion passed. Now you'll have the 2025 for both the sheriff and the clerk setting their maximum allowance. And I know I sent y'all an email with the change in the figures, so you could see the difference from 2024 to 2025. Do you all have any questions on those? Because they're both in here, she didn't change that top one yet. Yep. So the sheriff's goes up Kenny $500,000, he could do that, and then everybody else, you know, I mean.
You know what I'm But I mean, we never had any extra before, so we don't.
No, yeah, but that's, I just wanted y'all to make sure you do, like, you know, you're asking raises, well, you could change somebody's and lower somebody's or bigger rate.
Yeah, but the amount we're giving is based
It's-
on, is based on the current salary.
Salaries, yes. Or you could lower somebody's overtime. Give them a little more, you can do that.
Just put it on any page.
And then, I say all in favor, all in favor, aye, opposed, no. Motion passed. Right, now you should have the clerks. There are two, she was looking to potentially make some changes within hers. One was 217, 115.30, and the other one is 226, 201.96. And in talking with her, some of the responsibilities, have gone or been added, included. Clerk, if you want to explain some of that, or,
Well, I looked at my staff salaries, and I've got employees that's been there as long as 16 years, 15 years, 8 years, and one that's, 2 years or so, and, felt that with the stress and just what they do and the type of job that they are doing, I just wanted to, honor them with the inflation as everything has gone up, and you all know that, and they do a great job, they're loyal, they very rarely, they problem solve, I mean, it's just an incredible group of people. And, I would just ask the court to, I'm looking at increasing mine from last year to this year, about a $9,000 increase. Overall.
Lord, I appreciate our staff and all, but my concern is nobody else, no other departments are doing this.
Well,
And I would consider this, but I can't consider this a raise if you like, versus everybody else. I mean, it's like, the road department's not getting the same raise, the sheriff's department's not getting this raise, and it's like me, if we do this, we're picking and choosing. And
and I would be okay with, if they got this, they would be with the understanding that that's what they would get for 2025. Because I have to do it on fiscal, calendar year.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, if we did this, it has to be within our budget, correct?
we would have to amend probably the salary schedule. I think, I'm pretty sure that's right. And in the budget too.
Because right now, ours is a line item.
And then amount.
Yeah, I think you'd have to go into a budget amendment under line 151 or 101.
Personally, I feel better giving them a raise or everybody else gets a raise, that's what I would feel better at. I'm not sure somebody else, the other.
I feel the same way.
Do them all at once.
Do them all at once.
Any other discussion, comment? So if we do it all at once, then the one
I
that,
appreciate everything they do as well. I should say. I know we got other people that deserve the same thing.
the second one would be for, which would be just the same as last year, the current set of pay, is 217, 115.30.
I'll move to approve that.
We have a motion by Magistrate Sutton to approve 217,115.30 as the maximum allowance for the clerk's office. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second
their state calendar.
I think we can change
But
that.
they don't take it as a holiday, I think they just recognize it, and I think they give people the opportunity if they want to take off, but it's not, this is their calendar.
I think we let them answer that last year, what everybody wanted.
We did something, I can't remember what we did.
We talked about it, but I know we didn't take it as a holiday.
Yeah, we didn't take it till everybody said they'd much rather.
I think, yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, so.
Yeah,
I think we did the July 4th.
July 4th, the way it fell.
The extra day.
But I'm pretty sure it's not, the state just,
I just do it.
recognizes it, but it's not a,
We did something last year. Kids have us.
state's got 2024s on the website, but it's not one on the 2024 calendar.
Yes, this is a schedule. I would encourage you to approve it today. If you wish to amend it at any point in time during the year, you may freely do so.
I'll make a motion. Accept the holiday schedule,
That's
2025.
As printed,
Yeah.
motion by Jeff,
Here's the
second by Quinn. Did you find it? Is it on there for 2025?
No, for 2024. I have 2025.
If it's a
This
state
is on the
holiday,
team.
if it's a state holiday, this, that court, the circuit court and Christie's on Saturday, is that true? Is that right?
The administrative office of the courts sets the schedule for when they're in and when they're out. You can never say for sure, but typically AOC follows verbatim the state schedule. But there are times that they're closed and we're open. That's not uncommon.
Well, like, and it, I would say last year, the reason being, it was on Wednesday, that's court day, they were open.
As far as our-
Let's see where state holiday is.
For 2025. I didn't see it online.
Motion to keep this one, we had to, we can amend it or whatever.
Let's move to the previous question. Move to the previous question.
So we have a motion by Jeff, and a second by Quinn, to accept the employee holiday calendar as printed. New Year's Day, Martin Luther King Jr., President's Day, Good Friday, Memorial Day, Independence Day, Labor Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, no. Motion passed.
Quinn second.
Yes. All right, you should have a copy of a resolution from the Delta Regional Authority, which is also known as DRA 2024. This is a grant that I applied for. This is the $2.4 million that Lyon County Fiscal Court was awarded to expand and change some water lines so that, and I feel for Marion, Crittenden County, that we never have an issue like they had. We will be the administrator, both, or all three, the city of Evansville, city of Catawba, and Lyon County Water District will pay their 20% match, which is in that fifth whereas. It shows, that they've all passed a resolution and what their portions are. The county, any money, because we did have to advertise in our paper since we are the administrator, we will be reimbursed for that. But the county will not be out any money, we will not be held responsible for their portion. actually a couple different ways that I'm trying to get their actual 20% match for them on a couple different grants. So I'll entertain a motion to accept the resolution as printed. I'll second.
This will be the first and only reading of Lyon County, Kentucky Resolution 11-2024. I will be reading this resolution in a summary form only. A complete copy of this resolution is available in the office of the Judge Executive during normal business hours. Lyon County, Kentucky Resolution 11-2024 is a resolution. Whereas the Delta Regional Authority was created by Congress by the Delta Regional Authority of 2000 and is comprised of a bunch of counties and a bunch of states. And whereas the city of Eddyville, 247,600, city of Catawba, 226,900, and Lyon County Water District have all passed resolutions and commitments to provide additional funds in the total amount of $611,500 in the form of local funds. And whereas a motion was made by Magistrate Glenn Sutton, seconded by Judge Executive Jamie Smith, to designate and appoint Jamie Smith, Judge Executive, to perform all the duties in this resolution, it is resolved that Jamie Smith is hereby designated and appointed to perform on behalf of the Lyon County Fiscal Court and has authority to make those acts and assume any and all duties of dealing with the award of the VRA for the fiscal year 24-25 federal award program. It's been the first and only reading of Lyon County, Kentucky, Resolution 11-2024.
Anybody have any questions? And this is a pretty big water expansion. It will actually connect us into Princeton and Caldwell County water, at the 818 and I think Ozenball, and then down 62, into Jeff's district, part of your district, 373 and 295, where y'all split there. So, this is a start on trying to get our water fixed.
I appreciate you getting working on it.
Where does 818 touch Boston?
No, did I say, well, there's one at 818 and then there's one at Oswald too. Like it's booster stations or. All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Next one is a 641 naming resolution. This came from Crittenden County Judge Executive Perry Newcomb. This is in regards to renaming or adding a name to US 641 as the Mike Cherry Memorial Highway. So I'll entertain a motion to accept this resolution as printed. Did you say you did, Jeff? Did you make a motion or did you just?
I was trying to find, I think there's stuff in the
I'll
back.
give you a second to read it.
Well, I'll make a motion. That lead read this resolution, 641.
I'll second.
This will be the first and only reading of Lyon County, Kentucky Resolution 12-2024. I'll be reading this resolution in the summary form only. A complete copy thereof is available in the office of the Lyon County Judge Executive during normal business hours. Lyon County, Kentucky Resolution 12-2024 is a resolution requesting consideration for the recognizing newly relocated Highway 641 in Caldwell, Crittenden, and Lyon counties as, quote, the Red Mike Cherry Memorial Highway. Whereas Mike Cherry was a highly decorated retired veteran of the United States Navy who, after retiring, moved back to his home in Caldwell County, Kentucky, at which point he furthered his service to his county and state as an honored member of the Kentucky House of Representatives from 1999 to 2013. And whereas Mike Cherry passed away on February the 21st, 2024, prior to seeing this project to completion. Now therefore, be it resolved, the Fiscal Court of Lyon County, comprised of Judge Executive Smith and Magistrates the First, Cummins, Second, Sutton, Third, Fowler, respectfully petition Governor Andrew Beshear of the Legislative Chambers of the Commonwealth of Kentucky and the leadership of the Kentucky Department of Transportation to provide complete support for our efforts to recognize the many accomplishments of Captain Mike Cherry, U.S. Navy, retired Representative Mike Cherry, by designating and dedicating the newly constructed and relocating U.S. Highway 641 as the, quote, Mike Cherry Memorial Highway. And is an expression of the gratitude of our region for its many years of service to the Commonwealth of Kentucky and our nation. This resolution being passed unanimously by the Lyon County Fiscal Court at the regularly scheduled meeting on the 12th day of December 2024. This has been the first and only reading of this resolution. If y'all will pause for just a second before you vote on it.
That's right, pretty sure Barry said it. I'll make that correction, because he seems to be like that visually. He found the typo.
Yeah, I'd like to preface my vote real quick, okay, I want to go on record. I'm gonna vote yes on this, because Mike Cherry, I consider to be a friend of mine. In fact, if it weren't for Mike Cherry, when the middle school had faulty concrete, probably would not have a middle school at that, funding that year. So I'm definitely in favor of naming this after Mike Cherry, but I do want to go on record and in the minutes that I am still in opposition to the current proposed route. I don't have any problem naming it after Mike Cherry. In fact, I'd love to be named after Mike Cherry, but I want to go on record. This is not me voting that I'm in favor of the route. I'm still opposed to the route. I'm opposed to state that and go on record.
And I can tell you, it's all three counties, Lyon, Caldwell, and Crittenden. Crittenden has already voted. I'm not sure if Caldwell has, I haven't received theirs, and then so it would be all three, within the name. All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed, no? Motion passed. You should have a copy of the next items for surplus. One is just a computer monitor. There's one gray chair that has no wheels, and then 2 black office chairs with wheels. And then a 2012 Dodge Charger, which that is the Charger that sits in the library parking lot that we have drove. That's also the one that the nuisance board has drove. It's on its last leg. And so the jailer has a Dodge Charger that's in better shape than ours, and we're just gonna swap that out, surplus this one, and use the old jailer one that's better than ours. So I'm gonna take a motion to accept this. The other items will just be tossed, so just remember.
I'll make
It's
a
printed.
motion, surplus items.
Got a motion by Jeff, second by Quinn. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion passed. You should have a copy of one interfund transfer for $75,000 to the jail fund. Lori, that'll have to be listed separate for the auditors.
75,000.
So would you have I'll make a motion to accept that interfund transfer as printed. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Quinn. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion passed. You should also have a copy of the regular transfers by date. Does anybody have any questions on those? Not, I'll entertain a motion to accept those as printed.
So moved.
Motion by Quinn, second by Jeff. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion passed. Should have a copy of the financial reports, treasurer's report, the clerk's report, and the sheriff's report. Anybody have any questions on those?
What percentage of the taxes have been paid so far?
Percentage, I can get that for you real quick. It's, we're doing pretty good. We should be, over 8%. So should be
Is
about that.
that normal for this time of year?
Pardon?
Is that normal for this time of year?
Yes, we were a little slow at first, but we caught back up.
Wait till they go to sale, when I go to sale.
82.7%.
Maybe 2.7%, yes, it's under this, it'll be under,
And that's about 6,900 of the 8,000 some odd bills we have. There's about 400 every year that we generally don't collect on, so that kind of puts it in perspective. I apologize for being late, I had to arrest somebody, and then we had, then the person had a medical event, so they're on the way to the hospital, so. I was late, I apologize.
Is that the medical event before or after they replace it?
After the place went to rest, but it was a pre-existing condition, so we're all good. And EMS was right there taking his blood for DUI when it happened, so that was.
Glad they could get to it.
does anybody have any questions on the reports? Clerk, if you'll receive those, or deem those as received, but also under the sheriff's report, you all will have a copy of his 2025 fee schedule. It's the long paper. It's really long.
Sorry.
I saw it earlier.
Yeah, I figured. So he's estimating to be $737,620. And then total receipts of $797,310.
While we're talking about that, if you don't mind, that may change, that could go up a little bit as well with what you all passed at the last fiscal court meeting regarding the impound lot. I did have a question, and I guess it's appropriate to ask now. Does that need to be codified in an ordinance? Or how does that, Mr. Wilson, I don't know, in fact, I'm sure the auditors will ask for proof.
I think he's supposed to do the order for
Okay,
that, the
okay.
75-25.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I didn't know which, I couldn't recall which way. Order, okay. Once we get that, we do have some items to sell, so if you all want to sell yours with the same vendor, I don't care to help take care of that, and we'll get to that once, however you want to do it.
I'll make a motion to approve the sheriff's 2025 calendar year fee schedule as printed.
I say,
Second by Joe. We'll see the clerks in January. We usually don't have them in January, but the sheriff was a little.
We were just a little early this time, sorry.
Correct.
We,
I got till January 15th.
that's right. We were just a little lull in taxes, so we were getting knocked it out.
All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion passed. All right, on your claims, if you would look at your claims, I appreciate it. We found a issue here. Second page. Under galls. So, Sheriff, there's no major issue here. But and on the claims, it was $157.95, and that's what the PO is entered for. She just forgot to add the shipping at the bottom.
Which one is that? I apologize.
It's galls.
It's Gauls.
Yeah, it was $157.95, but it should be $168.94. And so we're increasing the general fund claims by $10.99.
So when we got that quoted, they quoted us the first amount, and we thought that was everything, and then when they sent it, it was.
It had the shipping, yeah.
That's right.
So Abby caught that, Abby and Kristen caught that, so that's gonna be on the increase. And I think that motion.
I just need to pencil that in on this, or y'all need to get it through.
That's the motion.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I'll make a motion to increase the claims $10.99 for a total of $107,064.16. Second by Jeff. Any other discussion? All in favor, aye. Jeff's district on Tom Peak Road, they are actually gonna survey that property next week, so I'll have that for you in January as to what the property is worth, and what we're looking at. I gave you all a copy of two different quotes, just so you have them, for some cameras at the park. There's actually three different options. One's the community building, one's just the park in general, and one is a camera at the entrance. As you all know, we've had some tearing up the gravel, in the gravel parking lot doing donuts, and just some other criminal mischief throughout, so that's just something for you to, bedtime reading, when you want to go to sleep. And then the other one is in regards to the doors. So the sheriff's office door is hanging, that's his glass door that goes out the back of his office, it's rubbing. And then this side door right here, going outside, it opens into the sidewalk. And so if you got somebody by chance in a wheelchair or a stroller, or not a stroller, but a walker, or even a cane, they have to open that door out and then walk around that door to come in. And so I'm looking for that door to swing into the hallway, to make it easier, so that one, you don't knock anybody off the sidewalk, and, two, I think it'll be a little safer.
If I may, just for the court, my preference is you all do that first, if you're gonna do either of them. Do what the judge is talking about first. Yes, my door needs replaced, but it is not, we've now got it to where it will lock, but it was causing us issues before where it didn't wanna lock, it didn't wanna shut right. It gets worse and better with the weather, it just needs to be on a replacement schedule at some point, but it's not emergency on my end, that's probably more important there than the other.
And then the other one is just to look at changing the key locks at the community building, because we don't know how many people have keys to that convention center. It's not a necessity at the moment, but I did get some estimates, so we would kinda know what we were looking at. But I'm also gonna look at Tom maybe replacing or changing the door, not this one, but the very next one, going into the hallway from the kitchen. Cause twice, and I did it just before I came in here, I opened that door and a guy was coming out
I
of the
do it all the
sheriff's
time.
office.
Get somebody coming out of my office.
And, I mean, yesterday I about hit a gentleman dead square in the face, and I just barely opened the door. I mean, you can't see if somebody is standing there. And I can see us knocking somebody out or seriously hurting somebody, and it's just that kitchen door going into the hallway, it just needs to be reversed. So I think Tom can handle that inside, but we'll look at it. And then I also provided you with, the ARPA suggestions. So Rich Ornstein is actually supposed to call me this afternoon. He was in another fiscal court meeting in another county. So you've got some options of splitting the funds between Kennesaw Rural Electric, Energy, and KU, since Connexon is now gonna run KU. Or potentially looking at splitting it between Edible, Catawba, and Lime County Water District, as part of their match requirement for the $2.4 million that was just awarded. And then I'm just asking for some clarification from Rich about equipment or helping with the renovation of the community building, because that would open it up with more people for better ventilation or lighting at the park. I think another city or county is using it for playground equipment. Because it's anything to get people outside and not indoors, and
So when is the deadline?
we have to have it obligated by December 31st. So we very well may have a special call meeting to sign.
But did you say you would do an
Contracts.
extension?
I'm asking Rich on if we can do the extension based on the circumstances, and that's what he's gonna call me for today. Unless you know something different.
No, and I mean, I don't think the fiscal court's in a position to, and I don't think you want them to grant you authority to execute. I think you're probably gonna be in a situation where, unless we get written confirmation that we can get an extension, we'll need to have a special meeting before the end of the year. And something else may pop up between now and then that would require a special meeting too, but I just, you hate to leave that money on the table, it's just finding your best project at this point.
And then you all ask for some estimated revenues, and I'm not that. And that's what I have. Paving's, I mean, paving looks good, roads are good. So, we did salt a little bit, hit the bridges in that last one after the major fatality on the interstate, and then the Blue Bridge on 62, when the state was having some issues.
I actually came across that little bridge that night. I literally drove, think of mine, if the traffic backed up about half a mile, I drove 2 miles per hour, all the way across that.
I'm surprised you got across the bridge.
Well, there was 2 semis in front of me, I thought, man, they're gonna get up there, they're gonna spin out and go crossways on me, and I'm gonna be stuck across the bridge. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, how quick it happened and everything too.
And when I came across Kentucky Dam, prior to that, I was coming back from Paducah. I saw flashing lights for Kentucky Dam, I thought, man, there's no way up here. And I got there, and everybody's driving 6 miles per hour over that whole length. That's a long bridge, you know, 6 miles per hour, right? Let me tell you. So 6 miles per hour and 2 miles per hour is what I get for the bridge. And I was in 4-wheel drive on the Blue Bridge too.
We were 2 accidents on the Blue Bridge that night, and of course we had everything else going on the interstate.
It just turned dark, and I know.
Yeah, that was about 4:30, it started getting bad.
Is it safer to go slow? Is it equally as safe to jump it?
Y'all have anything in your all's districts or any, that you know of?
Bobby, you got anything?
Are you planning?
This was my visual aid when we were coming, and I'm sorry I missed out, y'all missed out on me coming for, when you're setting the maximum salaries, I was gonna explain that this resembles my unicorn, which is a retired re-employed deputy who we don't have to pay all the fringe and retirement on. Just a reminder, we saved the county $238,000 last year for retiring, by having retired employees, but they're coming harder to find. This is the last one I found.
My granddaughter would take that home after a few days.
It's going to, it came in the Crown Cruiser, so I gave the family resources.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.